I hear all the time that you can't fix problems bridleless, that you have to first start in a bridle, and then when things are good, then go to bridleless. But how we think that you can fix all things through liberty and bridleless riding. So this video is a perfect example of how we can use liberty and bridleless riding to overcome problems with your horse and obstacles and things that come up. And in this case, it's this mare didn't want to go forward and didn't want to yield. So every time she tried to turn one way, she would try to go the other. And all of it comes back to the fundamentals of horsemanship, going forward with relaxation and looking for that connection. This is something that didn't just start this day. The habit of this mare trying to turn and go the other way isn't just something that happens, right? It's a sequence of events that leads up to the final outcome in which you're seeing. And in this case, this mare wanted to have a lack of forward, so she was trotting to the left or to the right, but she kept thinking about slowing down and turning. And secondly, she wasn't understanding that the release was the turn. And when we help our horses understand that release comes when they yield and they go away from that pressure, and in this case, which is that neck rope and in that leg, then they're going to find that comfort and relaxation. But this mare, over the last couple sessions before in their home arena, started to learn that she could turn into pressure, go the other way, and that would be her release. Horses are always looking for something to find comfort and relaxation in. And this is a confident mare. So what she's trying to do is take leadership of the role, right? In a partnership, whether it's a dance or whether it's a friendship, there's always someone that leads in the situation and someone that follows. And a lot of times we end up being both. But in this case, this mare wanted to take leadership because she learned little things before that she could get away with turning into pressure, so that when this rider asked and used her legs to drive her forward, instead of going forward and staying supple, going the direction she's going, she would turn into it and find the release on her own without really doing what her leader wanted. Training your horse bridleless and at liberty is something that I don't recommend just everybody do. Okay, you must have confidence in yourself and your horse and the ability to stay safe. And when things come up, you must have the ability to help ride through some of the things to help your horse understand that that's not what we're asking, right? Because whether it's at liberty or whether you're with a bridle, things are going to come up, and it's our job to help them overcome it. And the power of liberty, though, is it allows your horse to think more than any other way, so that when you guys can come to the same decisions, it's that much more powerful. And it's that deeper of a connection when you're able to overcome them with one another. The hurdles were very clear, right? This mare wasn't giving her shoulder and she wasn't going forward. So we would start every session with groundwork, with liberty work, with helping her forget about leaning that shoulder into her, to getting away from pressure, to staying soft and thinking forward. And in this mare's mind, anytime that pressure came, she would think about turn into pressure, okay, or think about avoiding it all along, right? But what we really want our horses to think is, how can we go forward, stay relaxed and confident in whatever direction we're trying to go, and how to stay soft and supple in their body parts. In this particular, it was her shoulder that kept getting in the way of us being able to make progress. So every session, before we rode, we focused on the ground of getting her shoulders soft and her thinking in her mind, let's go forward, let's stay relaxed, and that'll help them continue to grow as we move forward in our sessions.
What she leans at on the circle as well, and you're doing a lot of stepping back. So I want her to think about maintaining a circle and not leaning. So if she's leaning, I'm just going to almost just walk a slight, like let's say, ideally I want to just pivot. Okay, and then eventually I just want to stand here and then do a nice circle. But as I teach that circle, I'm going to step back, I'm going to start the circle. And then if they aren't straight, I'm just going to walk a tiny little circle here with my stick towards their nose and their shoulder, and I'm just going to ask them to stay straight. When they're straight, I'm going to start just pivoting back by not walking forward. Okay, but you see, when I walk, it's really just a small itty bitty circle, just like on the outside of a hula hoop. Okay, and when they're soft, then I almost go back to the inside of the hula hoop with my feet, with my stick. Does that make sense? So it's like, I want to keep her straight on the circle, meaning I want just slight bend to the left, where she's thinking forward and going around. But my hunch is, and what I've seen the last couple of days, is she likes to circle, but she likes to bring that shoulder into you. So I'm just using that stick to keep it out. Does that make sense? So whatever her good side is, let's start on that side. Whatever you think her...
Good side of the day.
Yeah, good side of the day. And I really probably would start at the trot, because the walk circles don't really have enough energy. So...
And as far as when starting the circles, using this concept, then, I mean, are we still starting?
You could just...
I mean, as a jog and then... Or
No, you can just ask her into the circle and see where we're at. Okay, so go ahead and walk again. And you see how it just took a little bit to get her, same thing under saddle. She wants to brace against the forward. Just reset, try again. That was better. So if she does that next time, then I'm going to put her into the circle and ask her to go around me. Good. Yes, stick a little bit towards her nose because she's just bending it a little bit too much. There, yes, yes, yes. When it feels soft and that she's not leaning on you, then we're going to step straight back and ask her in until she's straight again. Good. Nice. Straight, 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 all the way back until she's straight. There. So when I end, I'm going to keep going until she's coming straight, 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 and then I'll stop. The worst thing that I can do right now is release her when she comes in crooked. So I have a really nice circle, okay, straight. Keep coming, all right. So that she's thinking automatically stay in that eye and stay straight. Okay, so that was pretty good. That was a lot better than the first couple days. Okay, so then we're gonna let her relax on it. I want to try it one more time. That's it. Good, good, good. So she just, yeah, when she overbends with that nose, just put that stick a little bit towards her nose. Yeah, until she stays straighter. A little bit more towards the nose, good, good. Yes, yes, a little bit more. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Because I want her to think on the circle, not overbend. And that overbend is just a very normal thing where she's kind of just bracing. There, 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 good. All the way back in until she's straight. Yeah. Does that make sense? Because eventually I'm going to want to do it at the canter, but she's not quite ready just yet for that circle because I want to get it better where you're really walking with her straight before I get to the circles. But I want to really focus on that trot because as you ride around, bridleless as well, I want her to think the same thing. Straight on a circle, because even when a horse is going straight, they're not really straight. So like even if I'm going straight down here, their body's slightly to the inside or slightly to the outside. And that's why straightness is so hard. Like their body's never just like stiff as a rock going straight. It's always slightly bent, soft and supple. But on a circle, it's just more dramatic of it. Okay? So we're going to try go the other way. Yes, just a little bit more towards her shoulder. There, there. See, that side's actually better. She's not thinking about leaning in as much. It's amazing. Just it depends on the day. Because the first day she leaned in so much on that side. And here she's actually doing a really nice job of keeping good softness and bend appropriately. Because I want slight, but I want to almost think like her rib cage is leaning out and the rest of her body is looping around that. Okay, so we're going to rub her and then we're going to give her a little break and then we're going to try it again. Yes, yes, just a little bit more towards the shoulder. There you go. When she feels really soft. A little bit more out, just a tad. Just a tad. There, there, there. Yes, yes, yes. Now when she feels soft, a little bit more forward. The forward, yeah, that forward will help her get out a little bit. Good. When she feels soft, you can let her in. Did you tell your husband you were getting a tattoo?
You mean like tattoos?
Yeah, a forward on you. Really nice. I just love her face. You can zoom in on her face. This is what I want. She just like has her eyes half closed. She's feeling soft in her mind, soft in her body. She's licking and chewing. She's not thinking about all the stuff she was thinking about. Like she even, like her ears are gone away, and like her, kind of pissy attitude was going away. And again, it's gonna come back. But it's like, this is where we want. It's like she knows to get soft, and her life's gonna be so much easier and more pleasant, and so is yours. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the shoulder, and we're gonna ask her to canter, but we're gonna have a bigger circle with her and just keep her out. Go straight, go straight, go straight. That kind of like we did the last couple of days, because that's how I want to fix the canter first. And then here, when you tell me it's soft here, probably in a couple weeks, we'll go to the cantering in the circle. So you'll put your stick on your inside hand. There you go. And ease her into the canter. Don't force her into the canter. And I want you to think, just walk a little bit. That's it. Just like, yeah, extend that walk, and then ask her out away from you. There. Yeah, a little bit more to the shoulder. There. A little bit more out. Yes. A little bit more out. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. 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 Let her trot there. Yes. Do you feel the difference? Yeah, you see how she stepped away but kept the bend and kept cantering? That was huge. It was like you just stepped a little bit into her, and she kept cantering and got the shoulder soft. That's how I want it to feel. And the first day, you have it on video, both sessions, you asked her to canter, and she either leaned or you asked her out and she left. There was no staying, because she didn't give her shoulders and she didn't give her rib cage. So just rub her there. Then we're gonna try the other way. If the other way is just as good, we're gonna ride. Because again, the liberty's looking great, but the riding is where we really need to have that focus. Yeah, and again, same thing. I don't want a big cue for the canter. I want her to ease into the canter. Soft. So trot, yeah, so trot again. Can you see how she just kind of gave you that full lack of forward? Get her soft there, yes, then try when she's soft. Nice and easy into the canter. Good, a little bit more forward. There, there, now ask her. Yeah. Yes, keep her going. Yes, 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 yes. Keep her going. Come on, a little bit more. Come on, a little bit more, a little bit more. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Good, ask her to trot there. Good. You see, it's just that forward still needs more, because that'll push her out a little bit and that'll get her softer. That was beautiful. And there's going to be times, like you saw the session with Indigo that I hadn't worked her in a little bit. She didn't want to go forward, so we said, okay, let's go forward, and then come back in and try it again. And then I want them to be like that. Like, that's just so soft. Okay, so we'll get your helmet. And we'll ride. It's like with the Liberty, it's like as soon as it gets good, we go and do other things. Because I don't want to bore her out of her mind. What did you think when she told you she was going to ride her like this for the first time and never put reins on? Was that scary for you? Or like,
it's like, sounds about right. It's like, just don't Christopher Reeves yourself and we'll be fine. That's a fair ask.
That's a very fair ask. As long as she doesn't start jumping, we're all right.
That's right. That's right.
This is actually a really incredible feat because she decided and went for it with her whole heart and her whole soul that she didn't want to be able to fix these things with a halter lead rope or a bridle. She wanted to do it all at liberty. And it's not as easy as it looks because usually we're able to control their face with reins. But here we have to focus on the body much more. And if you talk to any of the great horsemen and women that have came throughout time, they all focus so much on the body and the mind. And we're showing that if we can help the body stay soft, it'll help their mind continue to want to work with us. And I'm just so impressed with these two because it really takes a lot of courage and it also takes just a lot of knowledge to help continue your horse and yourself to grow through such challenges.
Good. Once she feels soft, then you can go explore the arena. If she feels starting getting tight again, then we're going to turn back up, get her soft, then go explore again. Anytime during exploration, if my horse is getting tight and tense and not turning, I'm going to fix it. That's it. Bump, 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 yep, bump, 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 there. She doesn't really look bothered today though, which is great. And just little by little, we're going to ask her to get softer and softer, but the more relaxed and forward she gets, the softer she's going to get. People are going to be complimenting you everywhere you go, but no one's going to realize the journey that you've been on. The only people that will realize that are you and your beautiful mare. That's it. Nice. So last time you rode an arena, wasn't that pleasant of experience?
No.
Okay. Well, today we're going to have a pleasant experience, I hope. I think we will. Good. So once she sees the arena both sides, then I want to start trotting. And before we explore the arena at the trot, I want to make sure she turns and stops and all these things at the trot as well, okay? The most important thing is the transition into the trot. I don't want her leaning, I want her going forward and relaxed. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. Hello. Yes, good job. Nice. Yes. Yeah. A little bit more turn. Bump that outside leg. Bump, 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 bump. Good. Try again. Bump. Turn, turn, turn. There. There. Now go forward. That was better. Doesn't have to canter, just a little forward. That's it. Turn. Turn again. Keep turning. Turn again. There. Keep her forward. That's it. Turn again. There. I want it to feel soft. Turn. That's it. There you go. Turn. Yes. When it's soft, ride forward and rubber. That's it. Keep her going. Good. Really just want her to think, because now we're in that big space. Good. This turning is even more important. Good. Good. That's it.
That right turn is hard.
It's hard for her, but it's just a little bit at a time. All right? And then extend that trot out when she turns, because I want her to think, turn and soften. It's funny, but that wasn't the side she was bolting on. She was bolting through the the opposite way. Good, because that's the left shoulder that's getting hard. Good. Right or forward, more forward. A little bit more forward. There, there. Because when you just turn, she slows down. I want forward, there. There you go, there you go. You see how that forward just helps you? And like right there, she's slowing down. Just ask her more forward. She can go slow when she earns it. There, there you go. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Just make sure you're letting her know she's a good girl when she's getting soft. Good girl. So let's go explore the arena a little bit at the trot. Good girl. I love it. I love this. Love it. I know, girl. A little bit more. A little bit more forward, just a tad. There, there. Good, that's nice. Holy smoke. We're going to turn her into a dressage horse or something. That's beautiful. Remember, there's always going to be a little bit brace, but that's okay. Every day we just try to make sure that there's not the same level of brace. Good. Nice job. Good. Can you stop her there? Holy smoke. Wow. Good job. Her stop's gotten 1,000 times better.
It has.
So the backup still isn't very good, but we're going to work on that not today. I'm not going to focus on the backup, and the stop was really good. She's getting soft off the backup, and she just keeps turning through the pressure. And again, we'll work on that as we get going. But again, the most important thing is that she's going soft. She's stopping when you want, turning when you want. She's guiding. Everything's just getting a lot better. There you go. That's better. That's fine rubber. Yeah, that's a nice lope. Good. Yeah. Okay, think trot. Then trot again. There you go. If she wants to think forward like that, good girl. And then we'll just try it again. That's it. But that lope was incredible. And I love this trot. Because I don't ever want her to feel like we force her into the canter. She's got to guide into the canter like she did. So if she canters right now, I'm saying, good girl. That's soft. Good. Yeah. You're just making me so happy. I just love this. Good. Good. A little bit more, extend that trot out. Yes. Yes, when you hit that corner, if she's soft, ask the lope. Ease her into it. Yeah. Go straight. Good. Good. Keep going a little bit more. That's it. Yeah, keep going. Straight. As you come around here, then you're going to circle on this side. Turn. Yes. Yes. Good. Trot. Yes. Holy moly. Okay, go ahead and stop right there. Rubber. Wow. How'd that feel? A lot better than last time?
Oh my God.
So we're gonna let her sit there for a second. Okay, and then we're going to trot off the other way, and then we're going to see if we can get that same thing on the other side. But you see, today she's just thinking forward. She's not thinking like brace you. She's not thinking about fighting you. She's not thinking about going the other way. She's just thinking about softness. When she feels soft, we're just going to ask her to lope off. We're trying to get a really nice lope. Again, I don't want to force her into the lope. I want to just guide her into it. Yeah. Stop smiling. That's it. Yes, look at that. Yes. Good. When you come around this corner, you're going to make a lap to the left here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and trot. That's all right, keep trotting and get her straight again. Good. Because she leaned at the very end, but I'm not going to fight her because that was beautiful. I'm just going to keep her straight there. That's it. Good. A little bit more. That's it. No canter. That's it. When she feels soft, stop her. And rub her. All right, that's going to be enough. Wow! Yeah! Holy smoke! What a change! Yeah! You guys didn't see the first day she was here on Wednesday. She would canter and then bolt to the right. Canter, bolt to the right, for 45 minutes. Canter, bolt to the right. Bolt, bolt, bolt. And I was in half an arena.
That was fun, guys.
Yeah. Great job.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
The correct answer for most people in this situation would be to put a bridle on her head, put a halter on her head, fix it that way. But these two have started a journey where they want to progress all through liberty, meaning without the use of ropes on their head, without a bridle, and being able to use liberty on the ground and transfer it into the saddle. And the best way to do that is through a little trial and error, right? And they were figuring each other out. Unfortunately, it led to a little bit of a bad habit. But luckily, right, we're able to overcome these things and grow from them and help keep them safe. Because if you do it right, if you're able to start your horse at liberty correctly, it's even safer than starting your horse with a bridle. Because a lot of times when we start with a halter and lead her open with a bridle, we skip steps because we think that we have the control that we really need with the bridle or the snaffle and the rope. But in reality is the most important thing that we can teach our horse is to be able to connect with us, to be able to stay soft with us, and stay in communication with us. And liberty forces you to do that. Because if you're not able to continue to communicate with your horse without a bridle on, it forces you to think about what it is that they need to grow without forcing them to do it. And I tell people all of the time, think about it like this. Think about like you're always riding bridleless, because the reins a lot of times are a false sense of security, right? They don't mean that you and your horse are ready. But what these two are trying to get out of this process, and we had to overcome some challenges, but they are able to figure out, to problem solve, and to grow together without the use of ropes or bridles or anything like that on their head, that their end result of their relationship will only grow further because they will be able to continue to make one foot in front of the other and make good progress through liberty.